In its second season of existence, there's a look inside one of the real jewels of the NFL. SoFi Stadium, just south of downtown Los Angeles. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
Jackson's pass.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Baltimore.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
He's tackled at
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do. But when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try to match his athleticism.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of
Now,
6.
look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
4-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. This time Jackson will throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kenneth Murray leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
It's second down.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, this one into the hands of the running back, Ballage.
Jackson's pass.
It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
On third down, Jackson. He gives it to Brown, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Desmond King making the tackle.
King on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Chargers' 20.
On 2nd and 9. Jackson. He can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Marquise Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Baltimore.
Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Is good. Makes the score Ravens 7. Chargers nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. It's Herbert. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. Past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
1st and 10.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Chargers nothing.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And this is complete. It's Allen. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first step.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Bo Scarborough, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll be out right at the 35. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Two yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Troy Pride on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. at the 37-yard line.
Quick pass to the outside, caught by Conley. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Complete to Chris.
The offense on third down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
Man, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it down to the 32.
A gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. All the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Chargers 7. Justin Tucker.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
They run. This is Scarborough. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Open man, it's Allen. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now Scarborough. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
37-yard line.
Here's Herbert now on second down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Open man is Cameron Batson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. Malik Harrison on the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. This will be caught just inside the 10. That's good. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. This is Scarborough. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. That's going to set them back 5 yards.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Herbert. The quick slant caught. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
3rd and goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Michael Batchley to kick off for the Chargers.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Charger drive about to get going. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, LA! Cameron Batson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead.
Lining up for the
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
How the throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
An extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Mike Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Down at the 31.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown.
Complete.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On third down, here's Dobbins. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
Take over first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyus Bowser, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it though. From the gun, Herbert, and he's got a man open, that's Allen. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Herbert, he'll get this to Eckler. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Bo Scarborough with touchdown number 23 here on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their
double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Peters. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, getting negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Down after a gain of 3, leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
He was brought down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd down.
He was going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it with Dobbins. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Chargers will get the football back in position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swing.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Easton Stick, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field, and of course for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right out.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 20-yard line.
Jackson. Get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And it's 3rd down.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Chargers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. A diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 8.
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. This duo locked in. 14 yards there. And a first down.
And a Raven first down.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson will find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Complete to
the Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. They'll run on first down. Dobbins. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
The tackle made by Kevin King. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd and a yard, Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Gain on the play. First down, Baltimore.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. And that play is blown up. Losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to let it fly. And that will be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Conversion.
And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16.
Ravens 22. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 38-yard line.
Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. After the run, now Herbert to throw. They'll get this complete to Batson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one and another first down.
4 yards. That's another Charger.
They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without